Peggy 12.
Greetings, mercenaries! Last time we learned how to create our characters and prepare for the first battle in the frozen world of Frosthaven. Today we will engage in our first conflict with the Algox tribes and take a closer look at two of the starting heroes, the Banner Spear and the Bone Shaper. We will cover the first quest called A Town in Flames, so this video will contain some spoilers. I will be joined by another player and each of us will control one character. But before we start, I will need to create a new campaign and invite him to join me on our journey. Once on the character creation screen, we hit the escape button and click on multiplayer to create the game lobby. We can have up to 3 additional players join, each controlling a character. There are currently 2 options for my friend to join this game. First is by sending the lobby key code to him, the second by sending an invite via the platform overlay.
When I receive the code, all I need to do is click Join Session, fill in the code and click Confirm.
In order for other players to create or take control of existing characters, we first need to assign a character slot to them. This is done by clicking the icon above the portrait slots and selecting the player who will control or create a hero on this slot.
Now that I have been assigned a slot, I can create my character following the steps we are already familiar with. Then, all that is left is to confirm that I am ready to begin playing by clicking the Ready button. After the narrative events, we are given a few final choices to make. First, we need to choose a battle goal. This is a small personal mission for each hero that will grant progress towards rewards, which in turn can make them perform better in future quests. We can also click on each mercenary portrait to open up their inventory and ability cards list. As each hero starts with more cards than they can equip for the battle, we can edit our hand and swap some of them out. The more levels we gain, the more cards will become available. A few moments later and we are face to face with our enemies, a tribe of Algox warriors prepared to fight to the death. Throughout this video, we'll be pausing a few times to explain some basic mechanics that are happening during combat. Our enemies here are a guard, a priest and an archer. As the Banner Spear has some ranged attacks, I have decided to focus my first one on the Algox priest in the far back. But in order to reach him, I will need to position on the most forward starting hex. This will probably mean that the Algox guard will be able to hit me as well, depending on the card that he draws.
The Bone Shaper relies heavily on her summons, so it is a common first turn to get a skeleton out on the field. They are both great at soaking some damage and attacking enemies. This is the first time I am playing this hero, so I can also spend some time between turns to read more about her, check her currently equipped items or inspect her cards in more detail. This is all done by hovering over the mercenary or any card and pressing the inspect button.
After we both have our cards selected, it is time for the rest of the characters on the field to pick a random card from their pool of abilities, and the initiative number on each card will determine when they will act. There is also an initiative tracker on the top of the screen that will make it easier for us to keep this information visible. As we can see, the Banner Spear has the lowest number, which means fastest initiative, and will act first, while the Bone Shaper will act last with an initiative of 71. After I finish my action, it is time for everyone else to play their turn. Being closer to the city guard than the Banner Spear, the Algox priest will attack him with his ranged attack.
We got unlucky here, as the Algox guard got the double damage modifier. It will be hard to recover from this hit, but since it's the beginning of the quests, I am sure we will manage. On my side, I will summon a skeleton and try to surround the enemy guard, setting up a strong attack possibility for the Banner Spear next round. Moving my skeleton into position is the final action I can take before concluding round 1 of the fight. We now need to communicate and plan accordingly for the next round. We will both choose 2 cards again from the pool of cards we have left, and then see the enemy choices, and the initiative-based combat will start again.
I will pick cards with fast initiative and try to act first to strike the Algok's guard and retreat before he could hit me. But it seems luck is against us today, as the guard picks his fastest initiative card. Now, taking the damage can only be bypassed by losing a card, which will permanently remove it from this quest for my hero.
All summons act before their masters and execute their basic actions. As the Bone Shaper, I can grant my summons additional attacks, actions or movement, so I can actually damage this enemy twice for 1 round with the same skeleton. Then I will heal myself and end my turn. Another thing that summons are very useful for is acting as living shields and taking the damage from attacks that would otherwise be a serious problem for our mercenary. Here is a perfect example of that.
By round 5 we managed to take care of all the enemies in the first room. Now my mercenary has come to an important moment of the game. She has no more cards to play. We have 2 choices to pick from: short rest or long rest. The first will restore all my discarded cards and move them back to the top of the column, and let me choose 2 cards to play for the next round. However, I will need to lose 1 card permanently in order to perform this. The long rest allows me to heal some health and choose which cards I will lose, but I will not be able to play any cards for the next round. As there are no enemies in the room, I will choose to restore some health and perform a long rest. Long rests are always performed with an initiative of 99, meaning I get to heal and replenish my cards pretty much at the end of the turn. Now comes the hard choice I am faced with. I need to permanently lose a card for the remainder of this quest. After some considerations, I make my pick and end my turn.
Opening the door to the next room revealed a grim picture to us. The outpost is aflame, and the Algok's warriors are positioned and ready for a fight. We will end our video here and let you experience the second half of the quest on your own. Thank you for watching,
And see you in Frosthaven.